Hi Libra, and welcome to your weekly reading, where we are going to be taking a look at what you need to know about the week at hand, the energies at play, getting advice from your angels, ancestors, spirit guides to best support you in this week. Hi, my name is Chandraj, and if you are new to my channel, then welcome. And if you are coming back, then welcome back. It is so good to see you. All right, Libra, let's get started with your reading. In setting an intention, calling upon your ancestors, spirit guides, angels, all those that walk with you, to be present in this reading, lending their voice as we ask for what the predominant energy of the week is for Libra in this week. As I'm filming on May 4th, Pluto is going retrograde. The planet of powerful transformation is moving back through some part of your sky, asking for change. Let's see what it's about. The Star. This is an opportunity for self-discovery, taking off the layers that hide yourself, uplifting the spirit, your perspective, in a time of great change, so that you're not disoriented, but coming into stillness, into focus. There's an opportunity for healing for Libra, and to listen to the ancestors, the spirit guides, to see, okay, how are they charting the course for me? Very interesting. All right, Libra, let's get a little more curious and let's see what your ancestors, angels, and spirit guides have to say about the week at hand. Calling on their guidance for Libra. What does Libra need to know about the week coming up? Asking for Libra. Asking their spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Ooh, okay. Okay. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm gonna take one more. Oh my goodness, Libra. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. Libra. All right. Well, when I look at the face cards, and again, we have the Star, the Two of Cups, the Hermit. There is a deep healing that's happening, in this week. And it's giving you this perspective of like, wow, I've come so far, and where am I being asked to revisit parts of myself that have felt lost? In terms of relationships, and coming back into the self. As I look at the beginning of this week, we have the Knight of Pentacles. There's this focus on financial responsibility, these long-term goals that you've set for yourself, taking things slow. You might be thinking, wow, I thought I was going so far and so fast, but things are taking their own time. Meeting these resistances in one's life. And then going into later in this week, the Queen of Cups, being thrust into a reflective period. Oh wow, like how do I feel about this? And what do I want? If things are feeling like they're in stasis or things are not going as fast as I want them to in some aspect of my life, how is this asking me to look deeper and to look within? This moves into Temperance, the Temperance card going into this week. You might be feeling into, okay, if there are certain things that are outside of my control that are like slowing down or things that are going crazy in the world, how can I instigate change in my life and what I can control? Taking things slow, going into a new container. Your spirit guides want you to know that they're not trying to overwhelm you. That's what's going on. They don't want to overwhelm you with such radical change that you've been asking for, and they're trying to expand your container and yourself and your being to be able to receive the gifts that they're ready to give you. And there might be some clarity around this at the middle of this week. You may be even contemplating like, oh wow, okay, I've been feeling a little like dysregulated. How do I re-regulate myself? I highly recommend giving an opportunity for meditation or stillness, a bath, whatever it is that brings you back into stillness in this week, because as we get later into this week, it really seems like there's this high demand. The Knight of Swords, something's really speeding up and asking you to meet some change, meet some deadline. You yourself just may be speeding up in your mind and thinking like, I gotta get these things done now. But be careful, Libra, because going into the Seven of Swords, there's potential for like forgetting things or for skirting around responsibility, thinking like, well, you know, if I get these things done now, or if I do things a certain way, then maybe I don't have to tackle all this other stuff, or I've got to focus on this now and it's taking all my attention and I'm not able to focus on these other important matters. So here's some advice for you, Libra, is to slow down. Slow down, give yourself the space to regulate, because there's something coming up at the end of the week that may be like setting you off to go into this reaction of, I've got to fix this, or I've got to handle this, I've got to take this on. And it might, you know, you want to slow down so that you're not missing anything, and that you can have a full grasp on the situation. Sometimes our mind tries to lead us into this one perspective of how things have to get done, and then we don't see the full picture. So be aware that there's a possibility of this later in the week. And then going into the end of the week, we've got the King of Pentacles, and even the Tower, the Sun, the Emperor. Libra, there are some major energies at play that are moving you into greater stability in your home, in your finances, in your life. And I would just be really aware that anything that does start to transform or to change, anything that seems like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just changed for me, that this was all moving you into a deeper relationship to your own power and into you no longer having to hide yourself. As I look at everything in the whole story of this week, and I get this sense that there's been this focus for you perhaps around money, finances, and just being like, I've got to move forward with these things I said I was going to do, but it's not happening as fast as I want them to. You getting out of your mind and into your body, into your emotions, is going to help to prepare you in perspective for later this week, when there's more pressure that's coming on, and whatever earlier in the week is there for you. And that pressure that's coming up, whatever radical change is being built up to coming up, that if you can listen now, it's going to help to prepare you so that you're more stable for what's to come. Because it looks like really big changes are on the horizon. Really big changes for the better. If you're a business owner, that's what I'm talking about. We've got the Emperor, we got the Sun with the Tower, something that's being reconstructed around this. For you to be aware of. And, you know, I'm seeing the Star that's trying to come out of the deck like this. It's, again, the Star. It's saying that this is time in great disorientation and a lot of change for you to calm down, to come into center, come into your own energy, and to uplift this, to pave way for a better tomorrow, basically. Let's call upon some advice from our spirit guides and angels and ancestors. I want to know, what does Libra need to know? The Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. You know, we just crossed into this next season. We had Beltane, this cross-quarterly time of the year where we light the fire coming from the spring into the summertime. I bring this up because it's saying, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Listen to what is coming and stirring all around you and move in sync with it rather than moving against it or thinking that, you know, you can get over it or you don't have to deal with it. No, Libra, you do. You do have to deal with it. And so when it's being asked of you, you know, stand firm in who you are, what you want, and just know that the changes in the gifts that you're preparing for, that they will come and they will come in time. There's a big change, it's on the horizon, and take this week to slow down so that you can recalibrate to best prepare you for what is coming up. Okay, Libra, my goodness. I hope that this reading has been helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I will see you next time. Bye, Libra.